Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Molly Hendrickson with the latest from Denver 7. This morning, thousands of students are headed back to class, with Douglas County schools starting classes today.
At STEM school Highlands Ranch, students will head back to school with mixed emotions today. Just 3 short months ago, the school year ended in tragedy with a deadly shooting on campus.
Denver 7's Nicole Brady explains the changes students will find district-wide.
It has been exactly 3 months to the date since the shooting here at STEM school. Obviously, too short of a time to expect students or staff here to recover from the trauma. But the school's executive director says virtually all of the students at STEM last year will be returning this year. So absolutely, these kids are continuing to show they are resilient and STEM strong. The school released a statement saying they have spent the summer reviewing security protocol and emotional support programs. They'll have a new school resource officer on site this year, as well as more programs. And hopefully the students will feel some additional encouragement when they walk in first thing this morning. They'll be greeted by these bright colored stars created by an organization called Stars of Hope.
Thought these stars would be a great way to welcome them into an uncomfortable situation.
I know it's going to be hard going back to school, but a great day at the same time to have everybody together again.
And there you see some of the stars right there on the fence. They were created by local volunteers. They wrote messages to the students, just letting them know that the community here is still thinking about them. And of course, today is the first day of school for Douglas County district-wide. Those students throughout the district will notice some additional school resource officers this year, some security changes, and a new emotional support and mental health programs. In Highlands Ranch, Nicole Brady, Denver 7.
And many at STEM school Highlands Ranch will certainly be thinking of Kendrick Castillo today. He lost his life trying to stop one of these suspected shooters.
And just last night, the Knights of Columbus named him an honorary knight. The Knights of Columbus was an organization he wanted to be a part of.
His parents also accepted the Caritas Medal on Kendrick's behalf. It recognizes extraordinary acts of charity and service. Kendrick is just the 4th person to receive it.
Meanwhile, today marks 15 years since Colorado adopted its school safety hotline, Safe to Tell.
That service is available to students to anonymously report threats in their communities. Some of those tips have prevented potential tragedies.
Today, the program will deliver materials to every school in Colorado, including information on how to submit a tip to Safe to Tell. Calls into Colorado's Safe to Tell tip line are hitting records. New numbers released showed last month, even during the summer, the anonymous tip line received more than 550 tips, an 81% increase compared to July of 2018. And during the 2018-19 school year, there were nearly 20,000 actionable tips. That's a 28% increase compared to the 2017-18 school year. We have a news alert out of the South Metro area this morning. Castle Rock police are searching for 3 men wanted in connection to a shooting outside of King Soopers last night. Denver 7's Liz Gilardi explains this is typically a quiet area.
And police are continuing to look for 3 suspects after a 25-year-old man was shot at this King Soopers gas station in Castle Rock. It happened just before 8 o'clock yesterday evening in Castle Rock, right off Ridge Road. That's when police responded to a call about a shooting in the access road behind the gas station. A 25-year-old man was shot 1 time and is in the hospital in serious condition. Investigators believe there was some sort of altercation at the gas station between the victim and the suspects prior to the shooting. The suspects then took off in an early 2000s model maroon SUV, possibly a Chevy Suburban or something similar. So police are asking for your help to try and find that SUV or those suspects. As of right now, police are not releasing the victim's name, but again, they are looking for those suspects, and they do not believe that there's a threat to the community at this time. Liz Gilardi, Denver 7.
Colorado Parks and Wildlife is offering a $500 reward to help catch whoever shot a doe with a bow and arrow in a quiet Morrison neighborhood. People living in Willow Springs found that doe late yesterday with 2 arrows lodged in its body. Wildlife officials had to put the deer down because of her injuries. CPW hopes anyone who saw what happened can give them a call.
The city of Denver is looking at whether to allow more tiny home communities, but you might not go out and buy one yet. If approved, the tiny home communities would would still just be temporary and just be for the homeless or people in danger of homelessness. Under the zoning changes up for consideration, tiny home communities would still be temporary. They'd only be allowed to stay in one place a maximum of 4 years, and after 4 years, they'd have to move away from that spot for at least another 4 years. The tiny home communities would be limited to 30 sleeping units, and owners would have to have community meetings before getting a permit. The proposal goes before Denver's planning board today. City Council could vote on the changes in October.
Denver City Council has until the end of the month to make a decision on the future of Tom's Diner. Just last night, City Council voted to advance the application to designate the diner as historic. The city says it will make a final decision at the end of the month if the owner of Tom's Diner and the group fighting to protect it cannot come to a compromise. We've followed this battle for weeks now and even went 360 on the diner debate. The owner is ready to retire and wants to sell the property to a developer for more than $4 million. But neighbors in the area don't want the building to be torn down. The property would be worth much less if the diner is protected.
Breckenridge Brewery may no longer brew beer in the town it's named after. Right now, the brewery is in a battle with the owner of the property. Breckenridge Brewery has been a landmark in town since 1990, but the owner of the property has filed an eviction notice and wants the brewery off the site. Employees are also heading to court saying the landlord agreed to a new lease, then broke it.
Most of our employees have been here 10 or more years, 3 second-generation employees. We've been calling this place home for a long time and really want to stay here.
We reached out to the property owners, but we were unable to get a response from them. Employees say the property owner has dreams of opening his own restaurant or brewery since he's no longer affiliated with Breckenridge Brewery. No word on when the eviction issue will be resolved.
Love is about to be in the air in southern Colorado, but not your typical kind of love.
In fact, some of you will definitely find this a little bit creepy. Male tarantulas from Oklahoma are about to make their migration into southeastern Colorado to mate with female tarantulas burrowed in the prairie lands. Biologists say this typically happens toward the end of August and into the beginning of September.
So there is a fascination to it. People come to catch a glimpse of these migrating tarantulas. Biologists say the best area to catch them is near Pueblo, but they have traveled as far north as Colorado Springs.
Yikes.
I'll keep my distance.
Yeah, it sounds like they have an agenda at least, right? So maybe they'll leave us alone. We've got clear skies, beautiful from City Park, mostly sunny. It's going to be a really nice start to our Wednesday morning. Skies clearing out east where we had a little bit of cloud cover early on. Will be likely by noon, by midday, upper 80s to near 90 with just a few storms starting to develop on the western slope by that point. And then a few more between about 3 and 4 o'clock. Here in town, there will be a chance for a few storms, increasing clouds this afternoon. Temperatures will top out in the low 90s and then drop down into the 80s with a few passing storms. The risk of severe weather here along the I-25 corridor is going to be low, but we could see a few stronger storms up to the northeast. Now, overnight tonight, we'll see some 70s and then eventually 60s early Thursday morning, waking up to a bit more cloud cover early tomorrow. And here's the change tomorrow. We're going to be tapping into more monsoon moisture, plus we've got a weak cold front, so it's going to bring our temperatures down. Highs only in the 80s with a chance for more storms, more showers, and potentially some flooding rains. We're going to get a lot more moisture with this next round. Overnight, Thursday night into Friday, that will clear out, but then we'll see more storms and showers by Friday. All right, take a look at the Super 7-day. And again, today we're at about 92 degrees by 3 to 4 o'clock. And the risk of severe weather is going to be here in the darker green that just clips northeastern Colorado. Closer to Sterling and out on the eastern plains, we may see a few severe thunderstorm warnings pop up. Tomorrow night, the Billy Joel concert is at Coors Field. We've got a busy couple of days out at Coors Field, and that concert starts at 8 o'clock. Temperatures will likely be in the 70s for the concert with a chance for a few storms. So keep that in mind if you're heading out there. Prepare yourself for that. By Friday, we're in the mid to upper 80s, and then this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, does look to be a little bit warmer and drier, closer to 90, you guys, both Saturday and Sunday.
All right, thank you, Lisa. Thank you for watching this Denver 7 Now update.
Check back here later tonight for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. Have a great day.